Thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, viewer of Imagine Nairobi Show. This is Senator Steve Minor, and today tuko na topic moto leo ambayo tumekuwa tukiulizana hapa. It is, unless you've been living under a cave, then you are aware that Kenya has been facing, especially in the north, severe drought and famine. And tunaulizana hapa, has Kenya abandoned the people of northeastern and the rest of the north of the country? And I'm not here alone kuchambua hii topic. The person with me, very close to me hapa in the studio about to invite is none other than seasoned journalist Owen Benjamin.
Yes.
Karibu sana kwa show. Happy New Year kwanza. Happy New Year
Kaka.
Asante sana.
Salama. But tumeanza mwaka on a wrong footing, especially when we talk about acute hunger and starvation in the northeastern part of Kenya. And northeastern is hungry. Kenyans in western Kenya are hungry.
Yes.
In the coastal region are hungry. And even in Nairobi.
In fact, tunasemanga tu northeastern, tuangalie pia northwestern pale kama Turkana.
Yeah. People are hungry.
They are also hungry over there.
And if you even come to Nairobi
pia.
People are still hungry.
Super hungry, yeah.
Yeah, but in most cases we don't talk about it because we feel that we have ugali, which is also expensive.
Very expensive. Rising, the cost of unga is rising every day.
Groceries and all that. And generally, what has happened here is that we failed to implement our constitution. Yes. And someone would wonder how is people being hungry.
Yes. How does it combine inaingiana aje na the constitution?
Yeah.
How does it relate to the constitution?
You know, when people, if you read chapter 4 of our constitution,
chapter 4,
the Bill of Rights. Unfortunately today, I have a constitution here. You know, the constitution of Kenya talks about the Bill of Rights.
Viewer akiwa pale nyumbani, tafadhali open your constitution tusome pamoja.
Yeah.
Bill of Rights. You are talking about
the
Bill of
Rights.
Yes.
And in that Bill of Rights, there is something we call social and economic rights.
Social and economic rights.
And I want us to read the constitution together. Yeah.
Thank you.
If you went to economic and social rights.
Fungua katiba yako kwa economic and social rights, you said, huh?
Yeah. It reads this way. Just go to economic and social rights.
What article is that?
This is the 43 subsection 1. Just go to just economic and social rights.
Economic and social rights.
Or not necessarily even going to the constitution.
Yes.
You can just do your own research.
Yes.
And ask, what does economic and social rights in Kenya's constitution state? This is what you'll get.
Yes.
Every person has the right to the highest attainable standard of health.
Yes.
Which includes the right to healthcare services, including reproductive health care. But that's not where our focus is.
Yes.
Our focus is we have the right to be free from hunger.
Free from hunger.
And to have adequate food of acceptable quality.
Free from hunger and
to have adequate food of
food.
Acceptable quality. Not just food.
Not just food.
Quote the word quality.
Acceptable quality.
Acceptable quality. That means that it should be a balanced diet.
Yes.
Finally, to clean and safe water in adequate quantities. We can stop there.
Clean and safe water. Kumbi imeandikwa pale kwa katiba. Because I thought this was just
so
somebody.
When you look at northeastern,
yes,
what these people are facing, it's not just about the issue of ugali, for instance, or food. It's also an issue of water. Because when we talk about drought, as we mentioned today, Kenya is facing severe drought. Okay?
Yes.
Where now, when you listen to those in power, they blame it on climate change. I understand. There's an intersection of climate change with systemic management issues.
Don't you think that wanaekelea climate change on everything?
You see, it is always easy to blame it on climate change.
Yes.
And the issue of climate change doesn't just affect Kenya
Yes.
or Africa.
Yes.
Generally, as I mentioned, there is an intersection. It is climate change. I mean, intersection of climate change with
Yes.
systemic management issues. Like, okay, we have a problem here. And the issue of drought in northeastern, it is not something that started today.
I think ever since I started watching television,
Yes,
every year tunakuwa tunapangishwa line Kenyans for Kenya. Let's contribute ile 5 shillings uko nayo to elevate hunger in Turkana and Mandera and all these other areas.
It's because the leaders we have don't want to solve a problem. We say that agriculture is the backbone of our economy. So if agriculture is the backbone of our economy, where 33% of our GDP is obviously from agriculture. And also, when you look at statistics, they say 70% of Kenyans, 70% of Kenyans in rural, actually 70% of rural and peri-urban areas rely on agriculture for livelihoods. And 40% of Kenyans, again, when you look at it in terms of employment, rely on agriculture. So people in rural Kenya, I mean, I misquoted the issue of, percentage. 70% of Kenyans live in rural
areas
and peri-urban areas.
Yes.
So meaning, those areas are supposed to focus on agriculture. And also, 40% of Kenyans get employment from agriculture.
Yes.
So we've got a situation of where like 70% of us, of Kenyans, live in rural areas. And rural and peri-urban areas. Then we've got a situation where 40% rely on agriculture for employment. That means you can still live in rural areas and peri-urban, but you don't engage in agriculture
for your employment.
Some engage, but some do not engage. But again, when you look at the agriculture itself, it is subsistence farming. So
what do you mean by any subsistence farming?
Subsistence farming majorly is just like for the family. It's not commercial. It's not like you're growing on large scale to feed many people. So the problem we have here is, despite a significant percentage of our population living in rural areas, we haven't leveraged that to increase our food productivity or to increase our agricultural output. So at the end of it, we talk of agriculture being, our economic backbone. But when you look at the output, it doesn't reflect.
What we.
Because how come we talk of agriculture being our economic backbone? And we have people starving.
It's very unfortunate. And look what I'm like you've seen the news lately. Na people in uko hiyo pande ya Mandera, Isiolo, the northern part of Kenya, they are selling their cattle for very ridiculous prices. Mbuzi ambayo just last month, December, I believe we are still in January. So in December last month, you will not get a goat for less than 7,000. But now they are selling it at throwaway prices of 1,000.
So
what comes to your mind when you see such?
When I see that, I just see leadership failure. Because
elaborate.
This is it, If we know that northeastern does livestock farming, that is also agriculture. Then that agriculture should be practiced sustainably. So meaning, if the government understands that that part of Kenya does livestock farming, why don't you support farmers so that we have sustainable farming, where now livestock farming, where even during a drought, people can still have water and pasture.
Don't they have this information?
Or animal feeds for their animals.
We have a Kenya Meteorological Department, which should accurately predict the weather. Don't they have this information ya kwamba kutakuwa na drought in January?
No, the information is there, but we don't have political goodwill to do what is right. That's why I've said, as much as we talk of agriculture being, our economic backbone, that very agriculture doesn't feed us to a level now we don't have hunger. Because how come we have a situation where our livestock do not have animal feeds or
adequate
feeds?
feed,
Okay. How come again when you talk of people now, people are hungry?
Yes.
It obviously boils down to a leadership failure. Like, we are in a situation where we don't want to solve a problem, because if truly we want to solve a problem, right now we could be talking of, yes, we've got drought, okay? Because look at it this way. Even in developed societies, people have heat waves, cold waves. But you see, these people have organized themselves to be in a position to survive through all seasons. Like, if it is drought, you are still able to survive. If it is a rainy season, you are still able to survive. Look at it this way. Today, Northeastern is facing drought, severe drought.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Soon, you'll hear people talking about flash floods.
In fact, 2 million people are under the risk of starvation.
Yes, acute starvation.
Yes.
So we have a situation where those in leadership, as I mentioned, are failing to implement the constitution. I am not a lawyer, but this is just basic knowledge that everyone should just know, that you're supposed to have easy access to quality food.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And clean water. Okay? So if that's the case, then why shouldn't the government implement that? That you now allocate resources
you think
water. You now allocate enough resources to agriculture. Now, when we allocate resources to agriculture, we know we have crop farming. We also have livestock farming.
You're talking about allocation of resources.
Yes.
And you previously mentioned about political goodwill.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned about organization of the entire system.
Yeah.
So, which is which? Because when it comes to political goodwill, I believe, and allocation, I'll let you know that, remind you that every year, we spend a lot of money, taxpayers' money. We allocate a lot of money to go and eradicate problems like hunger, which occur every year. Now,
I want you to look at it this way. When you look at, I don't want to go into technicalities and all that.
Yes.
The 2003 African Union Maputo Declaration, they said, or African countries were asked to allocate 10% of their annual budget to agriculture. That every year allocate 10%.
Yes.
Now, look at it this way. For instance, Kenya, in 2025-2026 budget, okay, that's our national budget. It is over 4 trillion. So that means we allocate 10% of that. That brings us to over 400 billion Kenyan shillings should be allocated to agriculture.
Okay.
But is that what is happening? No. So in essence, what is happening here is we don't have enough allocation to agriculture. That's why, you see, agriculture should be looked at as Kenya's economic backbone this way, that invest enough money. If it is livestock farming, invest it so that we do large scale. If it is crop farming, allocate it so that we do it large scale. Because let me mention this. Agriculture itself right now, it is devolved. So if you went to Northeastern, those counties like Mandera, Marsabit, I mean, Moyale, I mean, we have Garissa as well. When you talk about those counties, I want you to, if you looked at their budgets, how much do they allocate to agriculture, for instance? Even if, the government sends money, how much do they...
We pay a lot of money. Nairobi taxpayers pay a lot of money.
How much is allocated? You will find that these people don't take the issue of agriculture seriously. Because if you take the issue of agriculture seriously. It means we must allocate enough money just for water production.
Water production, ukisema water production, I'm reminded of Turkana. Turkana wanasema just under the feet of people of Turkana.
Yeah.
The reservoir iko pale, water reservoir
Yeah.
that is just under the surface ya Turkana is really huge, almost the size of Lake Victoria.
It is huge. That means now.
Why haven't we?
That means now when we direct sufficient resources, okay, to agriculture, we can utilize that water, because water it's underground.
Yes.
But we can't like harvest it. Okay. That's why if you went even to the coastal region, people talk of okay, we have Indian Ocean.
Yes.
But people have water shortage. Yes,
sure. Yeah.
People have
in Senegal they are desalinating the water.
Yeah.
And people are getting fresh water just right from the ocean.
So if you allocate enough resources and we have a combined political, listen, it starts with political goodwill, that you as a leader, okay, given the mandate to manage public resources, you allocate resources appropriately, so that when you allocate appropriately, at the end of it, you'll make sure there is water for people. You'll make sure we have enough animal feeds. Okay?
Yeah.
That means now we're able to survive sustainably. But we don't have that. What we have a situation where now those who manage public resources focus on how much can I accumulate for myself. Okay? Once I accumulate for myself, then I will look for areas that are a little bit developed or advanced and invest there. Where now you take public resources, okay? Yeah. For instance, if you are in northeastern,
yes,
instead of ensuring that people have water, access to water, instead of ensuring that people have access to animal feeds, okay,
fertilizers,
you bring those resources, you take their money and invest in Nairobi. Where now, because look at it this way,
initially.
I don't want to sort of like appear like I am mentioning or attacking
I will say it.
Okay?
Yeah.
Just recently, if you follow news or news, okay, my pronunciation.
Yeah, news.
Yeah. If you follow news,
yes,
you must have heard this, that there's a governor who wants to develop properties in Nairobi.
Yes.
That is in Parklands, Nairobi.
Yes.
Where the governor will be spending, I think, something like $1 billion or even over over $1 billion
in real estate development.
Now look at that. He's a governor, but he's so much focused on his own individual development.
Yes.
So where's the money for all that development going to? How about if we have a situation where, if you're given that opportunity to lead people, make sure that you direct resources to developing things that matter to people, because you focus so much on your own individual development, and that development you don't even do in your own county where you are leading your people. You bring it here in Nairobi. So your entire mind is just on solving individual problems, leaving masses under acute hunger and starvation. The animals are dying as well. There's no water. And maybe just to shock you a little bit, I am not here to say that I support a certain leader or what. That why am I quoting a certain leader?
Yeah.
Let me say this. Rigathi Gachagua started a very important conversation. This conversation should be taken objectively. It shouldn't be made so political, where now we have to take political sides and attack another leader and all that.
The hominem attacks,
we should stop those personal attacks and focus on really issues. Rigathi Gachagua has raised an important conversation. And today, before we went live, I was lucky enough to go to Twitter, and I encountered a tweet from him, where he's talking about, it just quoted Mandera County, how much the government and NGOs have allocated, or how much money has been taken to that county. And he simply said this. First of all, let me go through the tweet a little bit. Leadership, first of all, say this. Leadership is not a privilege granted for personal gain. It is a sacred responsibility entrusted for the protection of human life and dignity. Okay?
Yeah.
Leadership. So if you're a governor, for instance, in Mandera, in
Moyale.
Moyale.
In
I mean,
Turkana.
we
In
have
Garissa. In
yeah,
Isiolo.
okay.
Yes.
Moyale is not a county.
Uh-huh.
Do we have a Moyale county?
I guess there's a Moyale County. There's Moyale County.
No, we have Mandera.
Mandera County.
We have Garissa. Okay.
Yes.
We have Marsabit. We have Isiolo. Yeah. So Moyale is not.
Okay. My apologies, people of Nairobi.
So leaders in that part of Kenya, okay, are they providing leadership enough? I mean, reasonable enough. Reasonable. I mean, like
acceptable within the acceptable standards.
Yeah, within the acceptable standard.
Yes.
They're not doing that. That's why, as we mentioned, agriculture is devolved. So, is Mandera County, Marsabit County, Garissa County allocating enough money
Do you think
for livestock farming or to support livestock farming? Let me just continue.
Yes.
You know, fortunately, I am not saying that maybe I support Rigathi Gachagua. He has singled out Mandera County.
Yes.
Anyone can go to Twitter and you will see this.
They can verify this information, yeah.
And he said this, Mandera County financing real-time monitoring and implementation status of development projects for Mandera County. Approximately 202 billion Kenyan shillings disbursed to that county.
202
By the way,
billion.
Yes. Okay.
Let us quantify that. 200 is too much money.
No, when you look at between 2013
yes.
and 2025,
yeah.
and by the way, we started implementing the devolution, inception of devolution, or devolution started from 2013.
2013, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is now, 13 years.
Yeah. When you look at CDF allocation, for instance, within that period,
yes,
over 10 billion has been sent to that is just Mandera County.
Wow.
Do you know how much development people can get with that money? We understand we have recurrent expenditure and all that, or administrative costs and all that.
Yes.
But if that money is properly utilized, many problems can be solved. Many problems. Now, when you look at exchequer and treasury funding, now money from treasury, we are just quoting Mandera County.
Yeah.
128 billion. It's actually 128.61 billion.
So total that
sent to that county. That is just Mandera County.
138.6 billion so far.
Yeah.
So far.
Also, when you look at equalization fund, we have this should be, is it this it's 1 billion.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
1 billion. 225 million. 254,000.
Okay.
I don't know. How many figures are these?
139.
No,
8
these are 10 figures. This 1. Let's say 1.2 billion or a trillion. Am I reading this figure properly?
No, it can't be trillion. It can't be trillion. Unless per year wanapewa.
Okay. This it's actually a billion.
Yes.
1.2 billion.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That is for equalization fund, bro. This money can do a lot. And then when you look, that is from equalization.
Yes.
That is from equalization. And also when you look money from UN, NGOs, direct foreign aid, injection, embassies, bilateral, multilateral mission from Kenya.
All these other players.
They've also sent to that county
non-government
61.735 billion.
Wow.
Kenyans. That's a lot of money.
That is almost 200.
Okay. You see, let's reflect. Kenya is not poor. As people say, Kenya is being mismanaged and Kenya is being looted.
Do you think devolution has contributed to the escalating situation of hunger? Does devolution actually help? Because if you look at it, all these things in parallel, if you look at counties like, Murang'a is getting a very great rep on this show. I don't know why. Yeah. But if you look at just the other day, Murang'a farmers were even asked to halt their supply of mangoes to the mango agro-processors because it was in surplus. So they were told, you know what, you guys, you should just stop for now, pause for a while, so that the companies that have come to get these mangoes from the farmers, they can have time to
process.
Yes, just to process these mangoes.
Yeah, you see, now that is leadership. Murang'a County is providing leadership.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you went to these other parts of the country, and by the way, this is not just a northeastern problem.
Yeah.
There's a leadership failure even if you went to Western Kenya, where I come from.
I know the sugar mills have completely died.
So when you see, if we have just we are using Mandera County.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
To explain a problem. And this failure, as I mentioned, is not just in Mandera County. County like Busia, they have received a lot of resources.
Yes.
And many other counties in Western Kenya.
Yeah.
So Northeastern, here also, they have received a lot of money. Okay?
Yes.
But entirely, the problem we have is leadership. Where now, people, as Rigathi Gachagua says, okay? Leadership is not a privilege granted for personal gain. But what our leaders have done, they have seen leadership as as an opportunity to solve their own problems.
We have laws. But let me ask you, why aren't we seeing very strict implementation? Maybe prosecution?
That's why I say,
aren't we seeing fruitful prosecution of this? Because the scandals that have been there usually.
Bro, this is what I say.
Since you were born, areas like Ukambani, floods and natural disasters.
But sasa hizi unasikia mambo ya Ukambani. Mbona Ukambani kwanza imetulia kidogo? Because, by the way, I remember while growing up, where I come from, people used, when hunger, or famine is mentioned, you'd see lorries or buses bringing women from Ukambani to Western. Because during that time, people have harvested maize. So people can have ugali and mboga. Okay? Now, because in the region, they don't have water. They don't have food. Okay? So men would prepare themselves, knowing that we are going to have Kamba women. Because there is starvation in their area. People don't have water. So they will have the privilege, especially women, they would have a privilege to go to Western Kenya, where, number one, they will have a man, will make sure they have housing, they have food, so they are secure, rather than dying of
hunger in
Ukambani. But today, when we talk, we don't hear that. By the way, we don't have a situation where women are being taken to Western Kenya or ferried to Western Kenya for that. So what does it mean? It means, as much as we've had that problem, leaders have taken at least corrective action or measure to minimize it to some extent. Because when last did you hear people talking about serious starvation in Lower Eastern?
It's been a while. It's been a while. Not saying that it's exhaustively not there. But it's not at the level that we are now. Every year we keep Kenyans keep contributing, and I think it's going to lead to a situation of fatigue, whereby every year you can expect to contribute your money to people of
you see, when we everything, let me tell you this, every problem boils down to one thing: leadership.
I asked you about what role does the judiciary play here? Because there have been very many scandals.
Bro,
we are yet to see somebody who is prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
You see,
and
so I don't know who is this person calling me.
And
sorry.
And to make sure that these people return all these funds that have been mismanaged and allocated to alleviate things like hunger. We are yet to see all this money returned, all this looted money, which was supposed to go to the agriculture.
Maybe just to mention, you did not capture this in the introduction. I am also on YouTube. Okay? I have a YouTube platform. And I asked a question. Do we have what is called Kenya's exceptionalism especially in East Africa,
Uh-huh.
where now Kenya, as Kenyans,
Mm-hmm.
we see ourselves to be better off than Ugandans and Tanzanians.
Uh-huh.
You know, in my analysis, I said,
This will piss off a lot of people.
in my analysis, I said,
Yes.
no, we are not exceptional. We
So
are
you are
not,
saying Kenyans are not exceptional. They
we
are
are
not
not
better
unique
than
because
Tanzania, Uganda.
you wouldn't say,
You want to start a war?
you know, you didn't say that, you know,
Imagine Nairobi.
we have highways. If you went to
Yes.
Tanzania,
Yes.
they also have a highway.
They have highways, yeah. Okay.
They have.
Uh-huh.
We went to Uganda, they also have a highway. They even have an expressway. So,
Yes.
what
So
is unique about Kenya?
Is
But
it falsehood and misinterpretation
Yeah.
of?
you see, what we, you know,
Uh-huh.
what we have, they also have. Okay?
Okay.
So, Kenya is not exceptional.
Yes.
In all that I say this, Kenyans,
Uh-huh.
let's end this conversation around, you know, we are better off. When you look at statistics, for instance, we
Yeah.
are told
Yeah.
that Kenya is number 10 in terms of countries in extreme poverty. Not in Africa, globally,
Extreme poverty.
extreme poverty. And I did a story on that where I said we are not exceptional because Tanzania is actually doing better in terms of addressing extreme poverty. Because for them,
Now, do we ever hear?
umaskini wa kupindukia, it is reducing.
Have we ever heard of cases of Tanzania needing food year in year out?
They have food.
Yes.
Okay. You
I
see,
see them
Kenya.
supplying food everywhere.
You see, for Kenya,
Uh-huh.
we don't have. Okay, we are largely semi-arid or significantly semi-arid.
Yes.
We talk of we are arid and semi-arid. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
But you
Semi-arid
know,
land, yeah.
when you look at Tanzania and Uganda,
Uh-huh.
okay, their land, most of it is arable.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And they don't need, for them, even if they receive enough rain, for them they don't have to focus. I mean, just by the way, they do rain-fed agriculture, and for them it's very okay. But when you come to Kenya, as I mentioned, Kenya is significantly arid
Yes.
or semi-arid.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so if that's the case, why don't we invest enough money in agriculture so that we're able to protect our livestock farming, we're able to protect our crop farming? Okay, I understand in President Ruto's plan of raising 5 trillion Kenyan shillings,
Yeah.
okay,
Uh-huh.
we have irrigation projects. Okay.
Irrigation, you keep
Where
mentioning-
now
Uh-huh.
President Ruto says that Kenya needs to invest I think he talked about 1.5 trillion. Kenya has to inject 1.5 trillion
What-
shillings
what
into
irri-
agriculture.
What
Where now
what irrigations are you talking about? Because
Where-
ever since I started hearing
okay,
about
the government
irrigation,
says you see what?
Galana Kulalo has been there.
Yeah, you see the government says
Uh-huh.
okay, when you listen to President Ruto,
Yes.
that for the longest
Uh-huh.
we've been relying on rain-fed agriculture,
Okay.
but we don't receive sufficient rain,
Yes.
okay, for agriculture.
Uh-huh.
So if we rely on rain
Yeah.
and we don't receive enough,
We have a
it
problem.
means
yeah.
our agriculture is
Our problem-
affected.
Our problems escalate.
So
yeah.
what do we do?
Uh-huh.
He has talked about building mega dams. Okay, hold on.
Uh-huh.
Mega dams,
Uh-huh.
medium sort of dams,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
and some micro dams that we can have big dams or mega,
Yes.
and we can also have medium
Yes.
dams,
Uh-huh.
and also we can have these small ones. I don't know, sort of like big
big
enough,
ponds. Are they ponds or they
maybe
are- yeah?
bigger than a pond.
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah, micro dams. Okay?
Yes.
So if you look at his like the Singapore dream, he has captured that.
Okay.
So in essence, the point is maybe we've not been investing enough money in these areas, but now I usually ask this. Okay, that's a long-term solution,
Yeah.
and that solution is actually on paper. That we want to do, we want to have enough water, okay. But today we also allocate money. We also have a huge budget. Why are we now having a situation where we are saying our problem can be solved off budget, like of what we have right now, away from our national budget? Why don't we utilize what we have right now to start solving our problems rather than wait to raise this 5 trillion, and then from there we appropriate this 5, or we allocate this 5 trillion, okay, to infrastructure, irrigation projects and all that. Why can't we now utilize what we already have? Like right now, we've talked about over 200 billion Kenyan shillings disbursed to Mandera County alone. Okay. How about if Mandera County, out of all that, if 2 billion was allocated appropriately, or 5 billion, in the last 10 years, main problems would have been solved. And also remember this, as much as agriculture is devolved, we also have a National Agriculture Ministry, let me call it that way. Okay? There's also money. How come we have all that, but again now we have a situation where we don't take proactive measures, okay? So that we are in a position to say, okay, we shall have drought maybe in January, right? Because, by the way, as you said, we have a meteorological department.
What are they doing? What do they do, these guys?
The government should understand that this problem is coming. You know, sometimes we want to act as if this problem just dropped.
It's a shock. We are shocked
like,
by the...
how we act. Like, these problems, okay, maybe we're just doing life. Then a problem drops.
Just drops on top of our heads.
You see? Then we start wondering, hey, how can we get solutions? We start panicking. Okay? The government know very well that every year, we have a budget. And the government knows that, okay, these areas are prone to drought.
We have weather patterns.
Okay?
We have data on that.
So where is our proactive measure? Why don't we act proactively? So that we say, if this problem is 100%, how about we
reducing it significantly to 80% in the first
year? That means, as I mentioned, that agriculture requires 10%. If we appropriately allocated this money, you'd realize that a majority of those problems are easy. Enye tunaongelea ati people hawana chakula, sijui livestock, sijui nauzo, hatungekuwa nayo. Ama kama tungekuwa nayo, it wouldn't be to
as
that level.
As exacerbated as it is now. Do you think maybe pick your mind on this? Do you think that the problem is more of allocation, or it could also be maybe attributed to the lack of great policy frameworks, whereby, like right now, importing, growing tomatoes or vitungu in Kenya is more expensive than just importing the same thing kutoka Tanzania?
It is a leadership problem. So now I've been talking about leadership.
Why don't we have tariffs?
Listen, bro.
Big tariffs against. Listen, I love watu wetu wa Jumia. I love watu wetu wa Tanzania. I love people of Uganda.
You see,
but we need to take care of ourselves.
Listen.
Why can't we have tariffs saying we don't want to import these things?
Listen. I started telling you what is exceptional about Kenya. There's something I did not mention. Now let me mention. Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda, and other developing countries or African countries have what I can call not systemic failure. I call it systems failure.
What do you mean by that?
Systems failure. You know, systems failure simply means that we don't just want to, when you talk about policy frameworks, where do they emerge from? From systems. That means, kama tabia, we've corrected tabia ya watu. Everyone wants to do what is right. That's why when we talk about corruption, for instance, when we talk about leadership failure, it means we have bad leaders in power who don't want to solve problems. Instead, they want to loot. So at the end of it, these leaders don't even have the mind to think about policy frameworks. Or also understand this. Let me just shock you. Do you know that all these policies you mentioned, we already have them, but we don't have people who want to think innovatively, people who don't act morally. Because
I think that is an insult to Kenyans because we are among the most innovative people. I
No.
know I've seen very smart people.
But we
What
don't
do you
have
mean
leaders.
we are not
Okay.
innovative?
But if you're not in a position of leadership,
yes.
okay,
Uh-huh.
and those who are in leadership
Okay.
are not great thinkers,
Yes.
instead they focus on their individual problems,
Yes.
then you can be innovative down there, but that will not solve a problem. Because who are the people managing our public resources? People in power.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as much as Kenya would say, can we sort of ban imports to improve our own local production? That one doesn't even solve a problem. After all, as long as we have a broken system, people will still import. Even if we say we bend, that can be on paper. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So entirely, as I mentioned this, I think 2027 provides Kenyans an opportunity to ask hard questions. Do you want a continuation of what we have today, or we need to correct? And this is what I said. Kenyans shouldn't focus on saying President Ruto must go. Kenyans should focus on we want to elect good leaders. If President Ruto maybe doesn't measure up, okay, to that standard, he should go. But as we say that, how about our governors? Because agriculture is devolved.
Governors wanapatiana ng'ombe, wanasema wanapatiana ng'ombe, wanapatiana some seeds.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this.
Yeah. I think those are considered handouts, or are they considered handouts? Labda tuambie.
They solve short-term problems. You see, I think it was this year or not this year, last year or 2024.
Yeah.
I was in Western Kenya, and at some point they were distributing maize seeds.
Maize seeds, they are very common. In fact, before the current administration, in Murang'a, you could see they are distributing
So this is what happens,
Yes.
Because we have leaders who want to keep subsistence farming in perpetuity. Like, let's continue doing it. So households, every family, you are told maybe to go meet at a certain school,
like a center,
yes,
okay, or a school, yeah.
So you go there,
or a church,
an MCA comes, distributes 2 kgs of maize seeds.
Yes,
some get, some don't get, yeah, to support.
It's always a scramble, by the way. It's always a scramble.
Yeah. So because that subsistence farming, someone just maybe needs 2 kgs of maize seeds.
Yes.
Apande kwa hiyo 1 acre yake.
Yes.
Right? But you see, that is not solving the bigger problem. Because at the end of it, these people will grow food not enough for themselves. Okay? So I've always said this. Instead of people giving people 2 kgs of maize seeds, why don't you solve a problem from this broader
I'm a fan. You're mentioning that, and I'm a very great fan of industrialization.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, why can't we have, hear me out on this, why can't we have seed propagation industries in every county? Because it solve, I think you're going to give farmers the power to buy the seeds at a very affordable cost,
rather than giving them actually what we are mentioning here. Distribution of these maize seeds.
Yes,
those are handouts.
They're super handouts.
It is for political
opinion, that's handouts.
That okay, you know what, I gave you some maize seeds last time, and because of that pigeni mimi kura. Mona.
So when wait for next year,
why not create a situation where you produce these maize seeds, okay, and make sure that they are affordable to people, so that someone buys. But this idea of creating a welfare sort of system, see, for to buy political loyalty, that's what is destroying Kenya.
But there even, in fact, to add on top of that, kulikuwa na a scenario just last year, whereby there was a court case against things like seed sovereignty. People are fighting for seed sovereignty, whereby as a farmer,
Yeah.
you can grow your maize.
Yeah.
Ile mahindi your grandfather, you inherited from your grandfather, the seed that you inherited from your grandfather, imeenda very many generations
Yeah.
and can still feed you, as opposed to what they are doing in right now, whereby you can only plant this seed once. Then you have to rely on external players to continue feeding you, to continue propagating these seeds.
Okay, let's also get to understand this, that as time moves by,
Yes.
you know, our own land or soils actually,
Yes.
fertility of our own soil goes down.
Yes.
So like in Busia, for instance, majority of people, without fertilizer, you won't have a harvest, a good harvest.
Yes.
Okay. That means you must make sure you have fertilizer. Okay.
Yes.
Also, if you have to use those seeds that our grandparents used, you not have a good harvest. You know, I know people used to have that, like after harvesting,
you store some seeds away. You store some seeds away.
For next planting or for next season.
Yes.
But today, when you even do that, you won't have a bumper harvest. So that's why now people have to buy these maize seeds, because these maize seeds. We should also appreciate science.
Why we, as much as we appreciate science, we also I think we have to look at the economic side of things. Aren't we surrendering a lot of our economic power and in fact, outsourcing our seed propagation industries, which I believe should come to Kenya.
Yeah.
In every county. Mbona tusilete hizo?
Because I say this, we have a leadership failure. We have leaders who don't even think about that, because if you have to talk, for instance, about the issue of maize seeds, as I mentioned, in Busia, simple question, where do they even source the maize seeds from? Those maize seeds are not locally produced. They get them from somewhere. Okay?
Yes.
Where they inflate prices and people make some money.
Inflation of prices,
Okay, they make some money. We have brokers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we have a situation now. We are creating a dependency system. Okay. Where now you make sure that these peasants.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can't even afford these seeds.
In fact, brokers are winning even before we harvest.
Yeah. So when we look at the issue of Northeastern, the current crisis, okay?
Yeah.
We should make it a national conversation. Where now we have to ask ourselves tough questions. If truly agriculture is our economic mainstay or backbone, why are we handling it this way? Why can't we just think outside the box? Why?
We have
leaders. How can our leaders be this inhuman that we receive all this money, but you don't want to solve a problem? You don't want to solve a problem because, as I mentioned, the issue of maize seeds in maybe Western Kenya,
yes,
it's just one way of perpetuating dependency. Okay.
Yes.
The issue of people not ensuring that animal farming is protected in Northeastern.
Animal farming, you mentioned.
It's just an issue of perpetuating dependency, so that every season.
By the way, cost ya nyama choma ni skyrocketing every day.
Yes.
The people of Nairobi cannot afford to buy meat whenever they want.
Yeah. By the way, you see, the major problem we have is, first of all, even our leaders have made it hard for people even to understand what agriculture is. Okay. People fail to understand.
Yes.
We have crop farming.
Yes.
We also have livestock farming. But not all of us can do crop farming.
Yes.
If you can do crop farming, you can still do livestock farming. Okay?
Yeah.
And when we talk about livestock farming, it means you can have your cows, you can have your sheep, your goats, your camels, okay, or camels, okay,
potato.
Yeah. You see, and those who can grow crops, you can grow potatoes or nuts, kwa mfano, hizo potatoes, nini, okay, so that I can bring you meat, bring me
avocados.
Exactly. Okay. So if we reach that level where we even educate our people, that you don't necessarily have to, if you can do livestock farming, if northeastern is good at livestock farming, why can't we pump resources to that region?
Yes.
So that these people have water,
Yeah.
animal feeds. And by the way, you don't necessarily have to rely on this grass that grows naturally to feed your animals.
For sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's why we are saying the government should find a way to support those, especially large-scale farmers. Okay?
Yeah.
So that these people can not necessarily just large-scale farming, farmers, but create a situation where people can access animal feeds. Okay?
There has been privatization of that, like the privatization of things like Kenya Meat Commission.
Yeah.
Why? What do you think? Kenya Meat Commission, maybe in its mandate, should also ensure that there is steady supply of livestock. Aren't these things that things that they should be doing for the farmers?
No, you see, if it is privatized, what does it mean? It means it's not government run.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
So meaning other interventions like ensuring there is, animal feeds for them, they can make sure maybe come up with another factory.
Yes.
Or company to produce animal feeds.
Or abattoir to slaughter the animals. Yeah.
But now, when it comes to the issue of assisting farmers, to be in a position to afford these animal feeds, it's the issue of government. That means the government can introduce some incentives. Okay. But we don't have that willingness or that goodwill to have that done. Because, for instance, let me ask this: mbona uwe na ng'ombe tuseme 500 and you're poor? You're not supposed to be poor.
You're supposed to be very rich.
Yes. Why should you have 500 or even 100 cows and you're considered poor? You're not poor. You're not poor. In fact,
rich.
northeastern, looking at it, these people are supposed to be wealthy because
the wealthiest. They should be the wealthiest in just based on livestock.
Exactly. Because you can sell umeuza ng'ombe.
Yeah.
So you can buy kama unataka ugali.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And also kama saizi. For instance, we are talking about meat. By the way, eating meat in this country is becoming like a privilege where it shouldn't be a privilege.
What in Nairobi are you eating meat? Yeah.
Now, and also, okay, we can also look at it, the issue of food security this way.
Yeah.
We talked about the constitution saying you must be able to access food of acceptable
quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as we talk about northeastern, we also have food insecurity here in Nairobi.
For sure.
Because
na tusiguze coast kwanza, tusiende coast bado.
Huko hatujaguza. We've always looked at food security. I'm not an expert in talking about food security, but this is just basic knowledge as someone who has gone to school.
Yes.
I'm a communications expert. But my basic knowledge tells me that food security means you being able to achieve what the constitution says. Be in a situation where you can have food of acceptable quality.
Yes.
That means you have a balanced diet. Now here in Nairobi,
proteins and
for instance here in Nairobi, okay, you know, it's only that gym niliacha kidogo, but I will resume next month. But I remember when I used to go, soon I'll be going back.
Yes.
When you talk about food security,
resolution what start of January.
Nikianza
we shall monitor
because this is
transparency hapa na imagine Nairobi lazima tufanye transparency.
This is help and make sure I commit to it. I'll commit to it.
Producer wa Kalala Digital umesikia, you will commit to going to gym.
Unataka uangalie hivi. By the way,
yes,
there is what is called urban food insecurity. Kama Nairobi kuna njaa. Nairobians are hungry people.
But KFC is here.
How many people can afford that?
Okay.
You know, someone was saying, you see, the beauty with Africa is that we have food. We can grow our own food.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
But, you know, those guys in the developed societies,
cold all year, half the year.
They don't have food. But here, we are okay.
Yes.
But also now, okay, with that, narrow down to this.
Yes.
Life expectancy. By the way, do you know that Africa has the least life expectancy globally?
Wow.
Someone, I remember, this guy is...
It should be the opposite. If we have a lot of food,
yeah,
then it should be the opposite.
this guy is called Eddie. I think he's even a friend to Peter Kenneth. He studied here, I think, at Starehe.
Yes.
Yeah, he says he's Ghanaian, but at some point he lived in Kenya.
Yes.
Went to school here in Kenya. Later moved to the UK.
Yes.
Right now he's British. So there was a time he visited Ghana, and he said, "Okay, this town. When I left, it was this way. I have come back, I think 30 or 40 years later. It's just the way it was when I left this place."
Maybe they love their
And also, it shocked people to say,
yeah.
"See what? I thought you people live for 100 years because you can grow your own food." But he said this eventually. I've realized you people, despite you having that privilege of growing your own food,
Yes.
you eat terrible food because we've narrowed it down to kujaza tumbo. Kujaza utumbo kumaanisha you can just have maize flour. Umechukua unga ya mahindi. Have some big ugali. Me, I call it
very fat ugali.
Manga's ugali.
Obusuma. Is it obusuma?
Obusuma.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Koni, eh?
Koni. Yeah.
I remember with my friend, he could sometimes tell me, Koni Gimoro.
Koni Gimoro.
But I just describe it like
yes.
Gimoro, it's something big.
Huge.
Okay? Now in English, maduong.
Yes.
Koni maduong, actually. Koni maduong.
Yes.
Something big.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So in these other words, we can say humangas.
Yes.
So huge. So you can take that huge piece of ugali, na skuma, to utajaza tumbo. But at the end of it, what you've eaten is not good for your own. I mean, it cannot extend your lifespan. Because it reduce.
I've seen that conversation with Wakikuyu, people of central Kenya.
Yeah.
With viazi.
Yeah.
Or viazi and cabbage. And then you go down to the coast. Yeah. Unapata they're eating mahamri.
Yeah.
And viazi karai. And mchele, wali. But the veggies are not there.
Yeah. So at the end of it,
the meat is scarce.
If you, especially someone
what
says,
what is the ultimate cost of these things?
But the cost is so heavy. The cost is so heavy. Sometimes, as I mentioned, we think that food security means you kujaza tumbo, but that's not the case. You eating too much ugali and sukuma wiki,
day in day out,
kuishi for long, it is difficult. But you see people who do not even grow food. Yes. They're able to access meat. Because when we start talking about food security, means you should be able, if you have maybe to eat that ugali. Yes. Have ugali, skuma, and maybe meat. Yes. Because by the way, you're supposed to consume enough meat.
Nairobi.
But how many Nairobians? How many Nairobians can afford meat? Now we have a situation where we know Northeastern to be a region that can do livestock farming. Yes. That means we should have enough production of meat. Yes. We should have enough meat. And meat should be cheap in Kenya. And I was shocked last time when I had a conversation with a friend who moved from Kenya. He relocated to the US as a teacher. Kaniambia, bro, nyama hapa hivi ni cheap. Honestly told me meat is cheap. And in the US, he says,
where is meat cheap? Because I'm also concerned. I'm very interested in knowing where meat is cheap because
they're focused on increasing production. Like livestock farming is taken seriously. Yes. So you can have genetically improved. Okay. Yes. You can also have this
grass-fed, pasture-fed.
Okay, grass-fed meat, sort of. Yes. Something of the sort. So you're given a variety. It is you to choose.
So hata kuna options between all this meat, between all the overproduction of, because now this is overproduction.
Meat is cheap. And by the way, he told me, bro, nyama is expensive in Kenya. You get that?
Now ni mtu foreign country anakuambia nyama is expensive.
He doesn't own any farm. So meaning, if we can, why can't we just invest good money in Western Kenya? I mean in Northeastern, to protect these pressures type of farming. I call it's pressures, livestock farming, so that these people are able to produce enough meat for us.
Now, do you think the problem is investment ama tracking of this money? Because a lot of, if you look at leo ukiangalia kwa report ya AG anaitangwaje ule Auditor General
sindio ndo hii tumeongelea, tumesema
kuna a lot of money being disbursed huko,
pesa inaenda. We have what? Number one, I said this just in summary, ile point kubwa ni
yes,
it's leadership failure. We don't have leaders even at county levels that want to solve problems. We have leaders who want to politic. So saizi ukiangalia tu agriculture ya Kenya, I pray that we start shifting conversation. When we talk about agriculture, we now talk about livestock farming and crop farming. And when we talk even about crop farming, tunarudi tu vitu kama hata matunda kwa mfano. You know, let me tell you this.
Matunda.
Wow.
You've opened a kind of worms up here.
I do eat grapes.
Wangapi Nairobi, hold on. Nairobi wangapi wamekula grapes hii wiki?
Grapes and blueberries. As I mentioned to you, when I used to also could train more,
blueberries.
By the way, focus kabisa how you're supposed to eat ile vizuri to be able to live for 80 years, 90 years.
Yes. Quality of life.
Because
great quality of life. Sio kuishi tu.
Saizi, by the way, the people who are likely to live longer in this country are actually the rich. That means those who have money. The people who are dying earlier or prematurely are actually the poor. That's why I am saying this. People should now start a conversation. Because people are dying in their 40s. The rich, apart from being able to access health care, okay? You also have an option of eating well because you can afford. If you want blueberries, for instance, blueberries, I think, is it 250 grams or 300 grams?
Yes.
Actually, not even. It is 150 or 200 grams. Do you know, juzi nikinunua, discounted ilikuwa 275.
Wow.
Okay?
You're bringing a very great conversation because let me katiza you pale. Ukiangalia sahi on Kenyan Instagram, food channels, food Instagram, Kenyan foodies and whatever they call themselves, mukbangs, and the other channels where they consume food. Every day, the junk. People are very proud. Wakikaa kwa meza, wapige picture of junk food. Lakini, it's good to mention matunda because I've never seen, by the way. I've never seen people taking pictures of strawberries. Sijaona watu wakipiga picha ya kiwi fruits. Sijaona watu wakipiga picha ya dragon fruit. Sijaona watu wakipiga picha ya grapes, apples, mangoes.
And by the way, let me tell you about kama dragon fruits.
What are we doing?
My brother.
Yes.
With some business guy.
Yes.
When I was drug fruits. Do you know it's very expensive? And people buy. But the people that buy are people who have money. So meaning, these people are able kula vizuri.
Mitigate lifestyle diseases.
And achieve longevity to some level. So those who have money. So this one also brings us to this. That even if we talk about that I can grow our own food, you can grow everything.
Yes.
So that means we have now to fight for access to opportunities, economic opportunities, so that every individual in Kenya can get some income.
Msimu wa pears inakuja.
Yeah.
Msimu wa avocado was here, ambao they are selling avocados at ridiculous prices. Msimu ya pears inakuja. Dates, I think
kama dates saizi umeona Ramadan ndio hiyo inakaa.
It is coming.
Wanataka duty free imports.
Why duty free imports? Shouldn't northeastern be growing these dates because
by the way. In fact, there's a lady
why are you importing
there's dates? A lady who tweeted this. I think the mother or an uncle, a member of their family, tried to do apple farming in northeastern.
Yes.
You know, alisema it is so lucrative. And they were selling to...
What do you mean?
Middle
No, these
East
are apples. I think
alisema
apples tumezoea hapa Thika.
walikuwa wana grow.
Yes.
Na alisema inatoka vizuri sana. By the way, she tweeted, I look for that tweet.
Yeah.
Apples. And there is a market. And you see, I saw Mike Songo tweeting that you see, just an apple
Yes.
keeps you away from cancer. An apple.
In fact, it brings down the old adage. An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Exactly.
Hey.
And if you ate 2 seeds,
Yes.
okay, I'm not a doctor to talk about this,
Yes.
but
Tutaita daktari. I think tutaita daktari
yeah,
hapa.
you can read some medical journals.
Yes.
Okay. Wanasema kwa mfano, you know, an apple, hizo seeds,
Yeah.
the apples.
Yeah.
You see, I've been, at least, given that I was into fitness.
Yes.
So I used to.
Yeah, uko na
research
some
this,
exposure
and
pale.
it's
Watu kama
also,
mimi.
it's also fortunate that I'm educated, so even though wanasoma,
Yes.
so I'm not like
Yeah.
just mentioning out of
Sio
ignorance.
story ya jaba.
You know, apple seeds. Kwa mfano, if you ate, let's say 7 seeds, 7 apple seeds.
Yes.
Unajua unaenda Sayuni. You nilisoma kitambo. Just apple seeds ukikula, unajua unaenda Sayuni.
What?
Yeah. But ukikula 2 zinasaidia. There's a doctor nilikuwa nasoma, I told you okay, someone close to me alisema she was diagnosed with renal cancer.
Yes.
So because of that, I had to do some research, and I listened to some doctors. They've been doing research ya cancer, vile wata treat, mitigation and all that, prevention, and if someone has that disease, you know, this doctor recommends apples, and this is a top researcher on prevention, I mean mitigation of fighting or treatment of cancer.
Wow.
Mona. An apple is highly recommended, and talks about berries kwa mfano. As a berries yenye iko highly recommended ni blueberries. Mona. But sasa saizi, because this fruit, especially blueberries, highly perishable, you only get kwa supermarkets. But look at it this way. Ukiana, people are supposed to consume blueberries. People are supposed to eat apples.
Yes.
All these berries.
People should eat strawberries.
Yeah.
People should eat peaches.
There's another fruit.
Kiwi fruit. Pomegranate.
Yeah.
Hiyo jina ni
sort
ngumu
of,
sana.
hiyo. So a very good fruit. Mona. Zinatakana zigrowiwe. Unfortunately.
Inaitwa kumamanga.
Yeah. Unfortunately, unapata. We import na inapelekwa kwa few supermarkets.
They are preserves of elite. How did we get here whereby organic tropical fruits are becoming now the preserves of the elite in Kenya?
Because we've been impoverished, we've been made poor. Now, the only people who can access these are people who have money, Mona. So with their money, they can eat healthy and live longer. When the poor now
shaifanyi kazi
na shaifanyi kazi. You see, by the way, that's the problem. So when people look at this northeastern crisis,
yes,
okay, it is a leadership issue,
yes,
but it also opens the can where now we can have a broader conversation about food security, about our approach to agriculture. How do we look at agriculture?
Yes,
as we say that agriculture is our economic backbone. How do we look at it?
A lot of industries, by the way.
Because
in fact, if we point the story,
let me now take you to maybe to the coast.
Yes,
I've been lucky to have stayed there, and I think even the person I love comes from there.
Oh, Valentine's is coming, wadau.
I hope
asalimike sana. Tumemsalimia sana Imagine Nairobi Show, Kelele Digital, tunakusalimia wewe mpenzi. Tuikaribia Valentine, we are saying hi to you.
So given that I've had that privilege,
yes,
you know, I usually have conversations with her about
love is a beautiful thing.
How they eat and all that.
Yes,
you know, I would ask my love, babe, what have you eaten? I've eaten wali. Wow, they don't say
wali kule.
Wali. Nishakula wali mimi. Umeona? Na nini? Sio nimekula tu wali hivyo. Na niko sawa.
YouTube ifikie bana. Watu wetu wa coast, our fans in Nairobi in coast, tafadhali mfikie ujumbe.
Niko sawa.
Yes.
And then maybe wakati mwingine, babe, umetengeneza nini? Hapa hivi nimetengeneza viazi karai.
Viazi karai. I love those things. As in a snap.
Yeah, asa juzi.
Snap.
Kuna ile time, okay, for long nimekuwa maybe unaenda coast kidogo tu 3 days 4 days, but juzi nilikaa for long, nilikaa kwa miezi. You know, every corner when you negotiate a corner, unaona watu wakitengeneza viazi karai and all that.
For sure.
So at the end of it, people eat viazi karai. But now when you look at statistics, especially in terms of high blood pressure, lifestyle diseases, that's when now you see there's a bigger problem.
I also saw a report kwamba wanakosa damu huko, kuna ukosefu wa damu kule pwani kule.
Yeah, what people eat because people think it's about kujaza tumbo. So someone takes viazi karai ya 30 bob ni mingi, upewe hiyo tomato paste.
Yes.
Umeona?
Yeah.
Ukunywe maji. Shashiba wewe.
So we are shortchanging, essentially what you're saying, you're shortchanging ourselves by not caring about this conversation about what is happening.
Yeah. So okay, mtu ameshiba, but at the end of it mtu atagonjeka. Mtu atakuwa na mwili ndio hiyo, mtu amekuwa maybe unajua hiyo time ukikula before party signs you're pre-diabetic.
Yes.
So at the end of it, high blood pressure or lifestyle diseases.
Yes.
Umeona?
Yeah.
Then mtu anaanza ini genetics
anaanza kutafuta
kumbe what you've been eating. You've been eating viazi karai.
Yes.
Na nutritious.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Foods. Kwanza imedipiwa kwa mafuta mingi nini. Umekula what we call empty calories.
Na shaa haifanyi kazi. Tukumbuke shaa haifanyi kazi.
Na shaa haifanyi
kazi. Wanaendelea kuiba 11 billion huko. Yes.
So at the end of it, watu watashiba but they will have to seek medical help eventually because
they will have to give that money back.
Yeah. So that's why I am saying this.
Yes.
This northeastern crisis we are seeing today, as much as we are talking about, we want to invest more
in affect what Nairobi.
Yeah, in agriculture.
Yes.
So that we increase our food production. We should also ask tough questions. When we talk about food production, what is it? Is it about just maize production?
Or is it acceptable quality?
We want to address serious, like what we eat. Let's have a situation where many people can produce apples, because after all, by the way, we import apples from Tanzania.
Na South Africa pia.
When we talk about these berries, grapes, we import
from Egypt.
By the way, we import when it comes to food, like real food, we import. So let's turn the conversation to when we talk about agriculture, let's broaden what we plant, so that, because if you went to a supermarket, utapata kiwi fruits. So agriculture can solve unemployment in Kenya.
Thank you sana.
Yeah.
Asante sana Owen Benjamin. And you uliniguzia and I wrote hapa kwa notes the industries within the vertical chain ya agriculture.
Yeah.
Na uliniambia you painted a very great story which I wanted to share with the audience before we wrap up the show.
Yeah.
Na ulitaja ya kwamba from the conceptualization ya kufikiria kile mtu atapanda mpaka wakati anavuna. There are very many industries that they are supported there. Ulisema kuna mambo kama research where they are thinking of what to plant.
Yeah.
Kuna watu ambao wanatabiri hali ya hewa, meteorological department, that's another industry.
Yeah.
All in agriculture. Ukasema kutakuwa na seed propagation industries ya kupanda hiyo mbegu. Haya, ukasema kuna fertilizer industries, tuache kuimport mawe kutoka wherever. Ukasema pia kuna pesticide, pyrethrum, you encourage the mambo ya pyrethrum, kupanda pyrethrum.
Umeona?
There are very many industries.
Many. Unajua, we actually complain.
Nada tujaenda kuvuna.
Umeona? We complain, we are unemployed.
Mechanical engineers. Yeah.
If Kenya can just invest in agriculture.
Yes.
Create a situation where we can achieve self-sufficiency to some level.
Until agro-processing. Yeah.
We can produce. We have industries backing that. Kama size we are talking about industrialization.
Yes.
Umeona? Kama kwa mfano hata ya fertilizer.
Yes.
We still want to rely on other people.
So sad.
If vitu yenye tunaweza kugrow hapa hivi, we still have to rely on other people. Imagine tunalia ati mambo na livestock, nyama ni expensive.
Baka lini?
Umeona, nyama is expensive.
We damn.
For sure. Why can't we just produce more? Hata mtu ako Nairobi na nakula nyama maybe mara moja kwa mwezi.
I think the ideal scenario hapa ni having even a companies where we can do publicly traded offerings. To invest in those companies, agro-processing companies.
Nyama in Kenya, when you look at average monthly income, ama earnings za Kenya. By the way, ni kama unapata, especially those informal employment, and actually people who have a bigger economic say are those in formal employment,
Yes.
where people earn like 23,000 more, na?
Yeah.
So meaning a majority of us cannot afford.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if we can invest in agriculture vizuri,
Yeah.
I'm sure earnings za word pia zitaenda juu and people will be able to afford. Watu watakula chakula vizuri, because kukula nyama hapa Nairobi ni ngumu. Hata kwa mfano kienyeji, watu wanasema kuku kienyeji. How many Nairobians or people living in urban areas can afford chicken ile kienyeji?
Watu kidogo.
Yeah, so people should broaden this conversation and not say that it's only Northeastern that is hungry. Nairobians are hungry.
Nairobians are, I think we can end on that.
Yeah.
But tupe angalia camera, speak to your people, give them the parting shot. What should be the takeaway, the key takeaway? Yeah, the
key takeaway.
Hunger in
key takeaway is this: all our problems come down to one thing: leadership failure. Leadership failure. It is fortunate that next year we have a general election where we shall be electing leaders for various, seats. So that gives us an opportunity now to make sure we fix the system right from grassroots level, the kind of MCAs we elect. Because when we talk about agriculture, did you know this? Agriculture is devolved. So those members of county assembly, they're supposed to drive our up or to shift our approach to agriculture. So elect the right MCAs. We now move to national government. The national government should also lead a conversation where we start now looking at agriculture, not in terms of kupanda tu mahindi na kufikiria we have ugali, but instead look at agriculture broadly, that tunaza have ng'ombe ili tukule nyama. We can plant various crops so that we don't just rely on maize. When last did you eat blueberries?
Asante sana. That was Owen Benjamin with a very important question. Nairobi, when did you last eat blueberries? Hapa Kelele Digital tumekuwa tukula blueberries hapa, kuna grapes ile pa nyingine, kuna njugu. So very welcome. So asante sana. Thank you very much, Owen Benjamin. Yeah. I think this is a very broad conversation which we have not exhausted, and I think we need another part, a part 2, part 3, part 4. Too much to cover here.
Exactly.
So asanteni sana viewers for watching Imagine Nairobi show. I've been your host, Senator Steven Maina, na ningependa sana kushukuru all our viewers ambao wanaendelea watch this series of conversations. Asante sana to the producers. Na with that, let me wish you a very great Valentine's Day, a very great February, and see you in the next episode. Asanteni sana. Thank you, people of Nairobi. Asante sana.